What up? What up? It is your girl Ruby Ju Reads 1111, aka the traveling spiritualist. The traveling spiritualist. Excuse me. A gypsy's tale. And right now, I am out in nature. You're gonna hear cars riding past. You may hear some birds chirping. I'm outside in a park. Um, I've been loving nature. Like recently, I just been really into nature. So today's episode is about keeping it personal for your own personal growth, for your own personal development, keeping some things just private. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the episode. Okay, so we are back with today's episode about self-preservation, keeping it personal, keeping it P. So I took it upon myself to do a little research on what is self-preservation. And I'm going to read you what I discovered and what I found. Self-preservation's meaning is more than physical. It can also apply to keeping your mental health and your emotional well-being safe, whether that's setting boundaries, maintaining your self-esteem, or taking breaks, avoiding toxic people and situations. Both preserves and protects your energy. So that's what I read about self-preservation. Also, too, self-preservation goes with aspirations, ideas, dreams that you may have. We a lot of times overshare. And even me, I overshare. I've overshared a lot. And a lot of times when you overshare, they can be detrimental to your personal growth, your personal development, your emotional well-being, your mental health well-being. Because this is what happens a lot of time when you overshare. You are talking about things prematurely, and you haven't gave that idea that time. You haven't gave time for that idea or that aspiration or dream to come into fruition to develop. Just like a baby needs 9 to 10 months to develop, just like a butterfly has to go in its cocoon to develop, they preserve themselves away from everything and anybody, all things. They preserve themselves from all things so they can grow and develop into what they're supposed to be. It's just like you growing a plant or a flower. You got to plant it and allow it to grow. If you keep going out there picking at it, if you overdoing it, that flower, that plant will not grow. That garden won't grow because you're not allowing it the time to develop. A lot of times we overshare our ideas and our aspirations and things like that because, we're so used to, we want that hooray from other people that we think are with us or that we think want the best for us or that we think are out here to help us for the greater good of ourselves and all that good stuff. But 9 times out of 10, when you tell people your idea, your aspiration, your dreams and stuff, because it ain't them or because they didn't have that idea, because they don't understand, they put a damper on it. So when you don't keep things when you don't keep things personal that haven't developed, see, look, ding dong, confirmation. You got to start keeping this shit You got to start keeping things personal. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I'm getting to the point where I don't really like to cuss too much. You know what I'm saying? But that's the personal development. That's the personal growth. I'm not going to let the whole world know that. I'm continue to do it until it eventually goes away. You have to keep things personal. You have to keep things to yourself. You have to reserve things for yourself, for personal growth, for personal development, especially during your healing phase, especially on your spiritual journey. Everything is not for everybody. Everything is not for you to overshare. And a lot of times we overshare because we're taught to be open and be vulnerable. But when you open and when you're too open and you're too vulnerable, you allow any and everything to come in. And when any and everything enters and comes in, it causes confusion, it causes depression, it causes you to be too lighthearted or too heavy-hearted, it causes you to be mentally unstable, it causes you to just have a bunch of nothing going on, and it causes you also not to focus on the main goal. It causes you not to focus on the things that's most important. There's another point I wanted to make about self-preservation and keeping things personal, but of course, I'm in nature, so I have to watch my surroundings, baby, because we don't know what's going on. People walking, dogs, birds chirping, niggas walking around, bitches typing. Okay, we got to make sure we keep this thing. Oh, you ain't keep it P? Okay, stand on that. I think we keep this shit all the way player, all the way personal, okay? But this is a spiritual podcast, and yes, I do cuss. If you don't like me cussing or you don't want to hear that, you can't get... If you cannot listen to this podcast and listen to it for the message so you can understand what you don't understand and understand what you don't understand, then guess what? This ain't for you. Now, back to the personal development. So I wanted to make a point about why a lot of times that we overshare. Once again, we're taught to be open. We're taught to share. We're taught to be vulnerable. When you're too open and you share too much, you leave room for any and everything and everybody to come in, which leaves nothing for you. We've always been taught to listen to what another motherfucker got to say. We always go by another motherfucker's guidance. We never are leading ourselves. We don't ever lead ourselves. A lot of us don't ever use our intuition. We always second guessing ourselves, especially when it comes to keeping things personal, because we always have been taught to overshare. A lot of us have abandonment issues. A lot of us have emotional issues, mental health issues, instabilities, and imbalances in a lot of things in our life. So when we start oversharing our ideas and our dreams, aspirations, we think we want that. How can I say this? We want to fill that void. We want somebody to be there for us, because being alone and doing things alone and understanding this stuff alone and keeping the person can be very hard when you're so used to everyone being there for you. When you're so used to everyone cheering you on. When you're so used to having that void filled by people, person, places, and things. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times we overshare because we're trying to feel something, or we're trying to replace something. Like, okay, I want to fulfill this, so I'm going to let this person know. I want to know what this person think about this. And maybe they can... But you consulted with everybody except for yourself. You kept that shit playing with everybody except for yourself. You didn't keep it personal, so now it's not developing. You didn't keep your growth personal, so now it ain't developing. You didn't keep your thoughts personal, so now it's not developing. It's just like a baby. When a baby is in the womb, you can't... Look, it's in a sack. It's away from the world. It's away from people. It's away from all kind of things. It's preserving itself so it can grow properly, so it can become what it needs to become in a proper time. I guess you want to say time limit. Time doesn't exist in my universe. I go off moments. There's light and there's dark. There's learned and unlearned. There's aligned and unaligned. There's perception and perspective in my universe. I don't know about over there where you at, but when... Let me see, how can I say this? You have to give things... You have to allot things. We're going to say time for physical sake. You have to allot things time to grow. You have to allot things to do what it do when it's supposed to do it. You can't rush it. The quickest way to get nowhere is to get there fast. You cannot rush things that are supposed to develop. Like I said, when the baby's developing, it's away from everything and everybody, because it has to develop in order to become that proper human, in order to become that proper vessel or baby or anything. When babies are born premature, they're not fully developed, so they need assistance. And that's what a lot of us need. We need assistance with our personal growth and development, because we have not even took time out to ourselves to get personal with your own self. You ready for somebody else to get personal with you. You ain't got personal with yourself. A lot of us can't stand ourselves. A lot of us can't be alone. A lot of us can't look at ourselves in the mirror. A lot of us cannot be personable enough with ourselves for that personal growth. So we need people around us. We got to share everything, because we need to feel that void. We want to feel comfortable. We're so used to people being around. We're so used to not facing up to our own development and growth, that when it comes to you had the idea by yourself and then nobody was with you, it discouraged you. When it comes to you had the aspiration by yourself and nobody was with you, it makes you feel alone. It makes you feel lost. But that's how you're supposed to feel when you're preserving yourself. The first rule of self-preservation and to keeping it personal is to take care of self first, then others. And I understand you're supposed to do things for the greater good of all, but how are you going to be able to do things for the greater good of all if you have not preserved something for yourself? That's just like you trying to feed the needy for the greedy. Baby, you got all this bread. You done fed everybody all this bread. And when it come down to you, you don't have anything left for yourself. You don't even have the energy to feed the people because you gave everything away. So when it comes down to feeding you and making sure that you have something for your understanding, your understanding of your personal growth, you done gave too much away. Now you ain't got shit now. Now you drained. Now you hollering and fuck everybody, fuck love. Now you hollering all these negative, low vibrational things because you didn't preserve that for yourself. You didn't keep that shit to yourself. You didn't allow it to develop. You didn't allow it time to give it. You didn't allow time for it to grow. If you water seed too long, it will grow. You didn't water that plant. You started letting everybody touch that damn baby. You let your mama touch it, your grandma touch it, the nigga down the street touch it, the nigga who take out the trash done touched it. You let everybody putting their hands on it, and everybody's energy is not the same. Everybody ain't happy for you. And I know that sounds so cliche to keep things personal, but that is the truth. In order for things to develop how they need to be developed, it has to be preserved. Just like on your healing journey, you're going to have to be preserved, baby. I am put the fuck up. And let me tell you something, this journey that I'm on, this shit hurts. This gypsy, transforming into a gypsy, this traveling, this being alone, not able to be in my comfort zone where I connect with low vibrational people because they make me feel okay, because they make me feel comfortable, because they help me feel a void. I don't feel so alone. That shit is tough. It's not hard. It's a challenge. It's not difficult. It's a challenge because I'm so used to being around people. I love people, love to laugh and love family. And here I am by myself, traveling with my children. But this is a part of the healing journey. This is a part of the journey to transforming into a gypsy. Eventually, I will be around the people that are for me. Eventually, I'll be around like-minded people that are just like me. Eventually, I will be around the things I need to be around or supposed to be around to continue to develop my spirituality, to develop my gifts, and that are going to be conducive to my growth. For as of right now, the path and journey that I'm on requires self-preservation. The path and journey that I'm on requires me to be by myself and to face myself and to face my inner child and to face my shadow work that I run from, to face my ego, to learn to become one with myself and nature so I don't be afraid of anything, because only you feel what you don't understand. Only reason why you're scared of doing certain things is because you don't understand it. Once you get an understanding of what it is, you're no longer scared of it. But we're always taught to be scared of this and be scared of that. You know what I'm saying? You are scared of somebody who's going to be listening to this podcast is afraid of the dark. You're afraid of the dark because you don't understand the dark. There's no light without dark. There's no dark without light. You can't have one without the other. It's called a balance. Have you ever met somebody that's overly positive and then you find out that their life is just, that they really was full of shit because they didn't find the balance? They were trying to cover up something. Anytime somebody is just overzealous and too overhyped about something, they're covering up for something because they didn't give themselves time to personally grow. They didn't give themselves time to personally develop. So they get to a state where they like, okay, I've got to this point here, so I just need to overdo it so people can think that I'm growing, but I'm actually not growing. I'm actually going in a circle. You got me going in circles, round and round and round and round. Everything on this earth has a process. From the car you drive to the phone that you're on, all these things in your life has a process, and in that process, preservation was key. They had to preserve the car. They had to preserve the engine in order for it to develop and grow and work on it. They had to preserve the materials for the stop sign. They had to preserve the ingredients for the ice cream in order for it to develop, to give it time to come into fruition, give it time to blossom and grow with all the things it needs so it can taste good, so it can feel good, so it can be good. Start keeping things peace. Start keeping things personal. Remember, the first rule of self-preservation is to take care of self first. Be good to yourself and each other. You cannot be good to somebody else if you're not good to yourself. People will only treat you how you treat yourself. And a lot of us are treating ourselves bad and vile, and sometimes we claim we got this self-love because we got these materialistic things. No, baby, you don't have self-love. You got self-hate. Because anytime you're replacing self-love or still personal growth with materialistic things, you got a problem. But you cannot, and this goes with personal growth, self-love, and all this. So all this goes out. Every topic that we're going to talk about on this podcast is going to connect back all together. It's going to come in full circle. Personal growth is an extensive thing. It goes with healing. It goes with self-love. Because when you're personally developing and you're learning your interpersonal skills and you're personally growing, some things don't matter and some things will matter. But there's no way that you can be nice and good to other people and you not nice and good to yourself. You haven't personally developed because you're using other people as a vessel to fuel whatever you fueling to make yourself feel good as an ego and to make your ego feel good. I say make yourself feel good as an ego. You know what I mean? To make my keys just dropped this confirmation. To make yourself feel good because it strides your ego, because it gives you a feeling, it gives you a sense of feel like, okay, I'm doing right because I did right by them. No, you actually not. You're doing something that's unaligned because you haven't even aligned with yourself to personally grow and develop. So it makes no sense. Okay? So for this week, the word is to keep it P. Keep it personal. Keep it personal. Ain't you glad you kept some of that shit to yourself? You ain't tell your mama, your auntie them, because they spreading your business. Have you ever heard that saying, when me and my man or somebody go through something, I don't tell nobody, I don't talk about my relationship problem because I be done forgave him or her and they haven't. It's the same thing with your aspiration, your dreams, and your admiration. You may change your mind about a dream, an aspiration, or idea you had, but because you don't went and told somebody else, they'll never live that down. They're gonna live that down. They'll never live that down. She said she was gonna do hair. Now she turn around selling cars. That bitch don't know what the fuck she wanna do. Her mind every motherfucking well. But the reason why you couldn't sell the hair is because you prematurely opened your mouth and told somebody about your idea, and now they don't put their energy on, their negativity on, their damper on it, and you didn't give it time to personally develop. You didn't give it time to personally grow. So now you got to go over to the next business venture and you do the same shit. It's a cycle. Until you learn a lesson, you will continue to go in those cycles. Personal development, personal growth. Keep some things to yourself. Okay, you ain't keep it P? Okay, stand on that. Keep some things personal. Same thing with me. I have a problem with oversharing when I'm starting feeling vulnerable or I'm feeling lost, or I feel like I can't. Cut it out. Allow things to work how they're supposed to work in your favor, because allow life to flow how it's supposed to flow and not how it's supposed to go, if you get what I'm saying. Life don't work like that, baby. You got to shh. When the wind want to blow, the wind blow. It don't ask no questions. It don't consult with anybody. When a tree want to blossom, it blossom. It doesn't ask no questions. It doesn't consult with anybody. When the water want to rise up, the water want to rise up. It doesn't say, hey, Ruby, you think we should rise up today? No, it goes and does what it's supposed to do, because that's the flow of life. That's the flow of the earth. And you have to, and guess what? The water is a personal thing. Water keep calm. You never know when the water going to rise up and tear this shit down, because they keep that shit personal. They preserve their energy for things that need their energy, require their energy. You out here just throwing this shit all nilly-willy around. And you wonder why you feeling all this stuff, because you ain't keeping shit personal for your personal development and growth. You're not keeping your energy personal. You're not keeping your car personal. You're not keeping your house personal. Everything is open to anything and everybody. And you wonder why things are not going the way you feel like they should go, right? Or you could be going through some strife or some unpredictable turmoil, you know what I'm saying, or some unbearable things in your life. You taking on energies of everybody else because you didn't keep it personal. You overshared. You overdid it. You get what I'm saying? So, that's all I had to say for this episode. It's been nice to be fun, but your girl got to run. Catch you in the next episode. Once again, this is your girl, Ruby Jew, the traveling spiritualist, a gypsy's tale. Okay? Remember, you are what you speak. You also are what you eat, but you are what you speak. So speak life into yourself. Speak growth into yourself. Speak health and wealth into yourself. Until next time, America, I am out. I don't have a main intro, but I'm going to say whatever comes to mind. Until next time, America, I am out. I'll catch you in my next episode. Don't forget to tune into my live videos for your free readings. And don't forget to follow me on all platforms at Ruby Jew Reads 1111. Again, that is RUBYJUUREADS 1111. Ruby Jew Reads 1111. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Twitter. Snapchat is where you'll be traveling with me. Twitter is where we do our journal prompting and our inspirational messages. But make sure you follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm trying to make a sale for TikTok over here, baby, because Facebook will not let me prevail. If you hear anybody else say that, they got that shit from me. Once again, until next time, America, I am out of here. Once again, it's your girl, Ruby Jew, the traveling spiritualist. Okay? I will holler at you in my next episode. Peace.